Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Alright, well, maybe I should get bigger ones done first. No, I'll do that one first. Hello, I'm Chris Aponte, and this is a Tradeblock haul. These are all trades I made through Tradeblock recently. They showed up mostly at my door at the same time. One showed up a day before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you, after I put this on Do Not Disturb, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I got, tell you what I traded for, and then you can decide whether it was a good trade or not. Leave a comment down below and let me know. But first, I hit on a raffle on this particular shoe. I only entered 2 raffles. I wasn't really that interested in this shoe, to be honest with you. But here we are. I hit on one. This is huge. This is a size 12. I am certain that I entered in a size 10.5. So this is already too big for me. This is Air Trainer 1 SP Coriander in a size 12. So they messed up. It is interesting. I'll give you that. Okay, doesn't seem to come with any extra laces. Black Nike box. The outsole actually appears kind of like grind material. There's these little specks in it. I wonder if this is partially grind material. It feels like a polyurethane midsole. I can see brush strokes, kind of a mustard yellow. We have 3M hits on the toe. Color reminiscent of Rookie of the Year or Chutney 13s, but no movement. Can't tell if there's 3M under the toe holes. I don't think there is. And we have this iridescent quarter panel. Looks pretty cool. You know, we always say in hand, how much better a shoe is in hand. I think it's easy to make fun of in sneakerhead culture, but it's also true. I wasn't crazy about this shoe, but now that I see all of the little details on it in hand, it looks pretty cool. There's a Nike Air on the heel cup in blue, kind of a mid height. We have a buckle here. Kind of disappointed this is a size 12, because I definitely didn't enter for a size 12. I entered for a size 10.5. Oh well, there's somebody in a size 12 that's looking at a 10.5 right now from a raffle win. I'm wondering what the hell happened. Anyway, Nike Air Trainer 1 SP Coriander. Raffle win. Going on Tradeblock as a size 12. Now it's gonna be very difficult to trade a size 12 for a size 10.5, but we're gonna try to make it work. All right, let's do one of these big ones first. Okay, so I kind of made a bad trade. I made a trade for the Union Dunks Pistachio in size 10.5 when they were unreleased. About 6 weeks before they were unreleased, somebody offered them to me for my DS A-Mom in year 3s. I took a gamble on that and I lost. You know, it's really tough to decipher what a shoe is actually going to be valued at once it's released versus when it's a early pair. It was Union, it was a Dunk, so I took my chances and I took an L. So I tried to come out at least a little clean from that trade. I traded that pair of shoes for these two right here. Nike SB Dunk in the purple box. Finally got three. Finally got three. Man, took forever. Now I have the whole set. All right. This is a Nike SB Dunk Gray Fog. Pretty simple shoe. Basically, we have a black suede with a low nap, but it looks like it's picking up all kinds of lint. We have dark gray, composite leather swoosh. We have a cat messing with a bunch of crinkly stuff that I'm gonna throw out. Sorry, bud. These retails, there's not a lot of consistency on both the shoes when it comes to the back tab stitching. Look at the K's. That K is pretty thick on the right side of it, and this one's kind of thin. Not a whole lot of consistency. Was this made in Vietnam? It was made in Vietnam. Nothing against Vietnam, relax. But Vietnam tends to be a newer factory chain for Nike at this point, and anything that comes out of Vietnam has QC issues. I'm sure it will improve. We got gum bottoms. We got a Phylon unit right there. And it's a dunk. It's a black dunk. I'm sure it's got an air unit, zoom air unit on the insole. But we're not gonna spend too much time on every shoe because we have a lot to get through. And then the other pair I got. Whoa! Now these, I've never owned a retail pair of Air Jordan 11 Concords. Air Jordan 11 Concords. Concords, I don't have an excuse as to why I mispronounce Concord. I just do. Concord. I always say Concord. Like somebody was attacked and they were conquered. Hey, Concord. Concord. We got black, trash, plastic, and here are the shoes. Now, I've been told many a time that the heel cups on these retails are not a good legit checking indicator because they're always different heights. So we can kind of take a look there and see, trying to get them bottom to bottom. This pair looks pretty good. I'll measure it when I do my authentication guide. So we got, you like wear testers right now. We got 2 traction pods in the Concord color, translucent outsole with a carbon fiber shank, Phylon midsole, and patent leather all the way around the first half of the upper, and then a ballistic mesh that goes all the way to the top with just some white composite leather here with the Jumpman and then the 45. Since it's an OG pair, I would hope that it has a polyurethane. Yeah, and it does. Polyurethane insole. Very nice one. All right, I see a code on that Strobel. This is an OG shoe. I wouldn't necessarily call it a grail, but some consider this to be the greatest sneaker of all time. Some do. Where's my deadstock knot on this though? What's up with that? All right, this is how you do a deadstock knot. You ready? Am I focused? Here we go. Got them 2 right here. Wrap. Take your finger out. Turn. Stuff the middle into that hole. Middle of the extra laces into that hole, and pull. All right, there you got your deadstock knot. The more you know. All right, so let's do a quick UV check. It's snowing outside, it's pretty bright up in this piece, but I think we could still do a decent UV check. We got glue on the midsole join, totally normal. Other than that, totally clean. More glue, specks of dust, no watermarks, and no stamps, and no guidelines. Check this one out. Glue on the midsole join. I don't mind that really, especially if you can't see it under normal light conditions, because I dare anyone to try to manufacture a shoe themselves. It's not easy. And this cat is totally fake, and here we go. All right, we're looking pretty good. No guidelines, no factory stamps, just glue on the midsole joins, no watermarks. So I'll go ahead and put these away. Oh snap, I got a receipt. Humidity Skates in New Orleans. Shout out to Humidity Skates in New Orleans. All right. This is heavy. What the hell's in here? Air Mags? I wish. Ooh, okay. Finally didn't overpay for these. I never hit on retail for these. I tried so many times. This was one of my last year's sneakers that I was most looking forward to, and I was disappointed every single time there was a drop because I didn't hit. So eventually I went to a local resale shop because I wanted to do a video on my other channel comparing a fake pair to these, and I paid a lot of money. When you go into a resale shop where it's right there, they tax you for the convenience, and they taxed me. But I had a small window where I needed to film, so I purchased them. Eventually I traded them off here, but got them back so I can make a video on this channel, and I don't think I overpaid this time, but it's up to you. So I traded a pair of DS Air Jordan 11 Brett, the 2019 re-release, and these are Air Jordan 4 University Blue. Confirmed Ron Holmes. Okay. All right, cool. All right, I already got you. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Now, my pair before, one of the two shoes was shrink wrapped and I never took it off, because my whole intention was to just get rid of it for something close to what I got for it, because I felt so guilty about paying so much for it. So one very good tell on these retails is this toe area right here, what we call the rand and the vamp. The rand is stitched down on top of the vamp. It doesn't stick up like it does in a lot of replicas, so that's a good sign. Also, the sock liner area, the collar area, is not super padded. I mean, it is padded, but it's not like bulky padded. A lot of replicas are more comfortable around the ankle area because there's all this padding, but the retails just aren't like that. I'm very happy I got these again. Let's go do a quick UV check for these. Glue on the midsole join, glue on the outsole join as well. Specks of dust, suede is gonna pick up dust. If you're curious, the window unit comes up. You can consider it white or you can consider it blue, but it comes up the exact color as the UV when you shine your UV into that window. Right shoe looks good. No guidelines, no UV mark, or excuse me, no guidelines, no factory stamps. Some more glue here, glue spillover on the outsole join. Otherwise, everything's looking good. On a 4, always check the back here. Might see some guidelines. All right, so Air Jordan 4 University Blue. 4 Air Jordan 11 Bread. Marlo, could you literally be anywhere else? Anywhere else. All right. All right, we got another big one here. Let's get this one out of the way. This was more of an interesting trade, in my opinion. I traded a DS pair of 700 V1 faded Azures. I actually had 2 pairs. One is a personal pair that I wear, and 700 V1s are the most comfortable shoe ever. I don't care what anybody says. I love them. I love wearing them. Anyway, I had an extra pair. I traded for a 9.9 out of 10 condition Royal Toe, Air Jordan 1 High. When I received the Air Jordan 1 High, I could tell that the right shoe was tried on, and also they were both laced with the alternate laces. So I removed all the alternate laces, I put them right back in the bag the way they're supposed to be, and I put the black laces back on the DS way, which is just the bottom 2 lace holes, DS knot behind the tongue underneath the insert. Took pictures, made a disclaimer saying exactly what I just told you, and somebody was interested in them. So they offered me a pair of slides and obviously Air Jordan 1 High. Both DS. We'll do the slides first. Now, you know what? Let's do the Jordan 1 first. This is not my favorite Jordan 1 release. I'm looking to trade this right away. I'm not gonna make a video on it, but it was still, I thought, a good value. This is Air Jordan 1 Bordeaux release. I am not a fan of silver swooshes. I love the color burgundy, I do, but I don't like it mixed with bright white and silver. I don't like the color blocking on this. And this wing is heresy. It's heresy. What is that? Plastic gumball machine junk that's on there. No. I say no. Bad wings. Bad. So I'm gonna put these to the side. These are obviously worth barely over retail at this point, but they're still worth a little bit over retail. And these are my first Yeezy slides. My first, I'm actually wearing Yeezy slides right now, but these ain't legit. These are, or are they? Let's find out. So we have a US release, ABS Box US VO3. We have 3 sizes, so that's looking good. Now typically on a box of this nature in the replica world, the couriers apparently want stamps that they can see under UV so they know where they need to send the shoe, which seller is receiving this shoe. Okay, that's a little inside info for you. And we got nothing. We're gonna keep looking around here though, because typically you're gonna see some kind of stamping going on here on the box. And we're clean, we're totally clean. These actually do feel different. Huh, interesting. And there is some kind of staining going on here. We'll try to pick it up under UV when we're dark, but I can see some kind of something going on here. So anyway, the embedding on the inside, it's very difficult to get on camera, but replica factories, they have the molds for these. They made their own, I think, based off of retails that they got in hand, but they're never able to get this embedding quite correct. It's usually pretty shallow. Very deep on this pair, it's very distinct. That's an excellent sign. And then the other excellent sign is the nub. The nub. Right there, that nubby nub. On this pair, it's nice and soft. It looks like it was treated somehow. They sanded it down. They did something to it in order to make it nice and soft. That is something that replica factories typically don't do. They just cut it and sell it to you. Here you go. But it definitely feels different than the ones that I'm wearing right now. There is much more texture on these and they feel spongier. This is sort of changing my opinion on EVA is EVA. It is. EVA is just EVA, but I guess there's different mixtures of EVA that you put in the mold. This is definitely a different mixture of EVA than what I'm wearing on my foot right now. Another thing, but this is something that replica factories can always replicate, is the security code on the label on the inside. It should be different on each tag, and typically replicas don't do that. They just keep printing out the same sticker, since this is a sticker, and they just have the same security code on all of them. So that's usually a pretty good sign. And let me see, this one ends in 00434. This one ends in 00433. So that's looking good. So it has all the signs here of a legit pair. Now let's go ahead and do a UV check so I can show you what I'm talking about with what appears to be some kind of weird funkiness on here. Yeah, it doesn't really show up quite as much as I thought it would, but it looks like maybe they do some kind of wash after they take it out of the mold. And I can see remnants of that here. And I will tell you, I've never seen that on any of the replica pairs I've had. It's like kind of a wash. So let me know in the comments if you guys have seen the same thing that I'm seeing here. I do believe that this is a retail, no doubt, but this wash situation, whatever's going on there, is kind of weird. You can actually see the discoloration here. So I wonder if I could just wipe this down with a wet cloth, if it can remove that stuff. Oh, let me check the Bordeaux real quick. Yeah, no factory stamps, no guidelines, no. There's actually not even a whole lot of glue on these. These are looking pretty dang good. All right, I'm gonna put these away. All right, and last but not least, I consider this one to be the belle of the ball. It's actually taken some restraint because this is the package that showed up before all these packages showed up. And I really wanted to take a look. But for the sake of all of us and the YouTube sneaker fam, thought I'd wait. So this is the Strawberry Coughs, Nike SB Dunk High Strawberry Coughs. So this is the Strawberry Coughs. I traded the Concepts Nike SB Dunk High ugly Christmas sweater for these. Now, before Christmas season, I purchased those off of eBay for $500, thinking that they were a hot commodity and that everybody wanted them, and ha ha ha, I finally got them. And I can't wait to wear them for the first Christmas season I could spend with my family out in New Jersey since the pandemic happened. Well, once I got them in, I was like, I can't put $500 on my feet. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm sorry, I can't. But if I really did my research, I would have realized that they weren't really a hot commodity. Even though the asking price was $500, they weren't really selling like hotcakes anywhere. Nope, there wasn't a lot of high interest in them. So I needed to find a dunkhead, an SB dunkhead that could appreciate them for what they were and accept that it was going to be a sunk cost on those shoes. So I think, personally, I think I did okay understanding that it was a sunk cost with these. I found someone that appreciated them for what they are and they were willing to give these up. So here we go. I did have a replica pair of these for a long time. They were size 11. I wore them a lot. I remember them pretty well. And I can tell you right now, these are different. I can tell you right now that this hairy suede is hairy suedier than any replica I've ever seen. I mean, look how long this suede is. Let me see if I can get it on camera. Look how long that nap is. I mean, I can pull it off. Super long. I don't know if I've ever seen suede that long, to be honest with you. And I'm surprised, you know, with the Raging Bulls that had pretty long nap, there was red stuff everywhere. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna see a lot of green stuff everywhere. Let's see. There's a couple. There's a couple. Yeah, I mean, you have to accept that when you have long nap suede. It's going to shed. And then the other thing that I noticed is how excellent that Strawberry Cough guy looks. He looks really good. Very vibrant, lots of good coloration, lots of good thread depth. So the outsole on these is mostly clear outsole, so you have to take into account that the underside of that has to be nice and clean, because anything that's messed up on the underside is going to show up, and it looks pretty dang good. Then we have red threading all the way around. Super long nap. My goodness, it's long. You know, what's funny is that it's actually longer on the left shoe than it is on the right shoe. So I bet if I brush this out, because it looks kind of compacted, I bet it would get long. I'm gonna try just in a tiny spot, just to see. I'm gonna try in a little spot here. Yeah, it definitely started to come out. It's coming out, but also I don't want it to come off. I don't want to go crazy on it. Anybody that's actually going to wear these, brush them. Brush this right shoe. So then we got the upper, the rest of the upper, this strawberry composite leather, strawberry color. Really, it's a cherry red, in my opinion. It has these little nubs here, and they have little tiny orange dots on the inside of them. And I'm pretty sure my replica that I had did not have that either. The suede wasn't as long. And then we have this velour above the heel cup on the back. And I don't think mine had such a nice velour. This is really nice. Even the tab is velour, and by the way, it's not a loop. It's just a pull, which is something I didn't know. I always assumed that it was a loop. It's not. White velour on the inside of the collar. We have red laces. We have peach colored laces, and then we have a dark green lace going on here. Now I want to take a look at the insoles, because these insoles are very interesting. I mean, I'll tell you right off the bat, the fidelity on that is so much better than any replica I've seen. It is an excellent print job. So yeah, the fidelity on this is excellent. The colorations are really good. You can tell that there's multiple colors in here. The edges are very sharp for an insole. Of course, you have the zoom area unit and the padding on the forefoot, like every Nike SB. The artwork here is very good on this particular retail. So I have no doubts that this is a retail. I'm gonna go ahead and do a UV check anyway. Can't wait to do a video on these. Tiny bit of glue here. See how bright the eyeballs and the cough comes up under UV light. That's something to note. Especially noted is that none of the other threads on that strawberry guy light up at all. So that's something to take note of. Take a mental note here. A little bit more glue there. Oh, I forgot that this tongue actually turns a separate reddish hue as you get down here. Kind of see some green spots under UV, and then it starts to turn into a redder hue, almost like a sunset. It's very nice looking. I don't think I'm able to pick it up on camera because the UV kind of blasts the lens out a little bit. It's a nice suede there. Excuse me, it's a nice, feels like a Durabuck there. Looking good. That was the left shoe, here's the right shoe. Even his sweat is white. The sweat that comes out of his head is white, and that really shines, but nothing else does. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know how I did in the comments. The recap, I got the fogs and the Concords for the Union Dunk Pistachio. I got the University 4s for Red 11 straight up. I got the Yeezy slides and the Bordeaux 1s for a 9.999 pair of Royal Toes. And I got the strawberry coughs for ugly Christmas sweater dunks. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments how I did. Peace.